Hello, it's Bethlehem we're off to today, isn't it? Well, I don't think it's that one, because that's the one in Wales. And that's the other one in Wales, and that one's in Switzerland. That's not so helpful. I think it might have helped if I'd loaded the Israel map onto my sat-nav, don't you? Hello, my name is Matthew Scott. I'm minister of Dedworth Green Baptist Church. Welcome to day 7 of the Churches Together in Windsor virtual Advent Calendar reflections. Behind today's door lies a journey as we reflect on Luke chapter 2 and verses 4 to 5. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him, and was expecting a child. I wonder what challenges Joseph and Mary faced on their journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Today, according to any map app, it would be a straightforward 2-hour journey by car. But if you wanted to walk, the journey would take 1 day and 8 hours, non-stop. So, if you're just walking during daylight hours and taking the sorts of rest breaks that I imagine they would have needed, it's easy to think that this journey took at least 3 or 4 days, rather than just a couple of hours. And it would not be a safe journey either. No street lamps, probably the risk of bandits if the story of the Good Samaritan is anything to go by, and no convenience of phones or Wi-Fi to plan ahead and book your overnight stops. They would just have to take whatever they could get. I wonder, what did Joseph and Mary have in place of a modern sat-nav or mapping app to tell them where to go and how to get there? Well, I think first of all there were the orders of the Roman Empire, which left them with no real choice but to head off to their ancestral home to register for the census. Then there were the Old Testament scriptures that told them where the Messiah would be born. And for Joseph, there was a sort of internal sat-nav of wanting to do the right thing, which seems to be a really important part of his character. But I've got no idea what physical signposting there might have been, apart perhaps from ancient boundary stones to tell them which road to take. Perhaps they simply relied on knowledge passed on by word of mouth about which towns and villages they needed to head for next. The good news of Christmas is that Jesus came to give us direction in life by showing us how to live. And through his sacrifice on the cross, he gave us a way back to God. As we reflect on the fact that Joseph took his heavily pregnant fiancée on an arduous trek from their home in Nazareth to Bethlehem, guided only by a Roman order, knowledge of the scriptures, their desire to do the right thing, and local knowledge, it's worth asking ourselves, what guidance, what sat-nav, if you like, do we rely on to guide us through life?